You're joking, aren't you? It's the Teesside Chef. Easy quick chicken Vesuvio, named after the Sommostrato volcano Mount Vesuvius, of course, and I'll show you why later. A recipe close to my heart, as my nickname in school was Vesuvius because of my explosive acne. But never mind my decades of mental and facial scarring, because we've got to start with some floury potatoes first, and I'm going to chop these into sort of bite-sized pieces, really, to speed up the cooking time, because we want this chicken dinner really quick, don't we? And I did salt the potatoes just before they went in the oil there, and we're looking for a bit of colour on our potatoes here. We don't need to cook them fully, but we want to make sure that they're well on the way, like. And now the oil's calmed down a bit, like my pizza face fortunately did as I hit my 20s. We can crack on and coarsely chop a bell pepper, and this is not traditional for chicken Vesuvio, but you can add any veggies you like, you get to put your own twist on it. But you definitely do need onion, and I'm just going to quickly carve this one up here. And now they're prepped, let's get on with the chicken, and this is really quick and easy because I've got rid of all the knobbly bits, and I'm just going to slice each chicken breast into 4 pieces before seasoning generously. And you want to season your chicken Vesuvio with salt and pepper and a good old bit of dried oregano. And because I only seasoned it on one side here, because I don't want to be washing my hands a billion times, I'm going to have to give it a nice good old massage, and sometimes I like to pretend I'm playing the piano on it. But in any event, when you're done, give it a jab and move on, and I'm going to immure this chicken in cornstarch now, much like Mount Vesuvius encased Pompeii in volcanic ash and whatnot. But rather than keep a perfect archaeological record of dying people, this coating on our chicken's just going to keep it moist. And I'm already underway just flash frying this bell pepper and onion for a couple of minutes, and a decent seasoning of salt and pepper always helps. But we need to free up our frying pan now, so let's get these in our oven-proof dish and get a good glug of oil in a hot pan, and we're going to seal this chicken now. And how much you want to brown the chicken is up to you. You only need to cook it for a couple of minutes per side here if your chicken is this small. And you know, they say Mount Vesuvius was devoted to Hercules, but making this chicken Vesuvio's no Herculean task. It's a piece of piss. And I spotted in my peripheral vision that the potatoes have a good colour now, so let's get them out, and they're almost fully cooked, but not quite. And we're just going to throw them in our pot with the veggies there. But let's get to the business end of this now, by adding 250 milliliters of dry white wine to our hot pan. And this is why this dish is called Chicken Vesuvio, because at this point it erupts just like the volcano, almost, and like my face did when I was 15. And we need to add 250 milliliters of chicken stock to this now, along with 3 cloves of chopped garlic, a good dusting of more dried oregano, and I think it'll probably need a good pinch of salt at this point. And you know, rather than show you me putting this chicken in the pot here, I wanted to show you some art from the tragic city of Pompeii, but nearly all of it is far too erotically explicit. So let's just have a look at The Last Day of Pompeii by Karl Bryullov. Wow. Anyway, let's return to our sauce, or gravy if you like. And I like to thicken this with a teaspoon of cornstarch, but you can use a little bit more if you like a thicker gravy. And you probably should add a good knob of butter and cook this on a high heat until the cornstarch is cooked and the gravy thickens a bit. And at this point, I always think a taste test is good, and if it needs a little bit of seasoning, adjust it to your own tastes before we pour that luscious gravy or sauce over everything. Which one did we settle on? Sauce or gravy? I'm going to go with gravy because I'm a down-to-earth kind of a chap. I bet you lot would call it a jus. Anyway, I baked this in a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius for around 25 minutes, and make sure you do take it out of the oven or it'll look like Pompeii did in 79 AD, won't it? But this lot doesn't look like it was forever entombed in volcanic discharge at all, and the chicken has remained really moist and tender, and the way that gravy drizzles down there is reminiscent of a pyroclastic flow, I reckon. Final sprinkling of some spring onions and fresh parsley. An easy, tasty chicken dinner. So if you're in a hurry because you're busy, or there's millions of tons of boiling magma heading towards you, give this chicken Vesuvio a shot. I've got a volcano go now though, alright, so I'll catch you later. Alright, see you later.